top 5 Stephen King adaptations. Anybody want to start things off?
I'd say one of the guests probably should.
So. Yeah, sure. Lisa, why don't you start things off?
Oh, good. Okay, me. I love Stephen King and everything he does. So this was a hard list for me to get together. You know what I mean? Because, like there's so many winners. So I think someone's going to have to jump me off on this one because I can't really go off there because I was so torn. I was torn. Right. Yeah. So, I mean.
Mer, do you have a top 5?
Yeah. I left off The Shining because I don't know. It's kind of so controversial. It's not. Yeah. I don't really feel like it's an adaptation. It's its own thing.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think it's its own thing. So I'm just going to leave it off there. So
well, you got the TV version though. Don't forget the TV version,
which I actually thought was pretty good.
Yeah, it actually wasn't bad. No,
it wasn't
has
bad,
its moments.
Right? It has its moments. Yeah. Such a cool book. Though. Such a cool book.
The bathtub lady was much scarier than the newer one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'd have to say Silver Bullet is a good adaptation. Dead Zone.
Good pick.
The Salem's Lot miniseries from the 70s.
Good pick.
It wasn't bad. The Dark Half.
Oh yeah.
And Stand By Me.
Oh God, I love Stand By Me. God, mine was the same except for I had Riding the Bullet. Is that the Yeah, that's like one of my favorites. I think it's so underrated. You know,
it is. Not a lot of people talk about it in the miniseries.
I love it. I really do. It's really good, and it's a great book too. I strongly suggest reading the book and seeing the movie. Both are great. You know.
Yeah. Agreed.
What do you got, Ray?
Well, I started number 5, Stand By Me. This was one I've seen when I was a kid. I had only seen one other rated R movie before I saw this. And that was Die Hard with my dad. So
awesome.
Stand By Me was one he let me watch. So yeah.
Speaking of Stand By Me, can somebody fucking talk to Corey Feldman about like why the literal fuck he doesn't just tour around and talk about his movie roles and watch like people do, like they'll screen a movie, the actor talks. Why is he out making this goddamn music? Can we stop him, please? It's fucking
dancing. Oh
I fucking love that guy. I'll be honest, I love that guy. And he's fucking crazy as shit. He needs to get it together, and we need to fucking intervene here because it seems like he needs something, you know?
He needs something.
Like I've loved the dude forever. I even like that fucking National Lampoon's movie he's in.
I wish he would. I wish he'd do like a Kevin Smith thing and go, like you're talking about, screen something and then talk about it.
Crazy as hell. Didn't you say you saw him at Horror Hound one time and he was all like fucking coked out?
I waited in line for 2 hours. I was going to get my Stand By Me signed. And he kept going to the bathroom to do a little cocaine, I imagine.
Oh my God.
It had to be, right?
Yeah. Again, I don't know for sure. Okay,
that's speculation.
That's speculation on my part.
Yes,
but it certainly wasn't going to. He doesn't have diabetes, so he wasn't going to the restroom.
I just keep seeing him. He just played in Columbus. He just performed in Columbus, and I almost wanted to buy a ticket just to go up there and go, "Hey, dude, what's up?"
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I would love to. You could play fucking Lost Boys over here instead of singing the song bad here. You could go. We could watch it over here.
By the way, Frank, in his show, apparently I had friends that were there. Apparently he does Little
that
Sister.
Song. He does it. It's terrible.
It's awful.
Sometimes he does it on a hoverboard and it's fucking cringy.
Dude, I'm here for the dance moves. I love when he dances.
I would love to hear him talk about his experiences with these movies. I don't want to hear him do this music, and I don't think anybody else does. We need to stop him. As fans of Corey Feldman, we need to step forward and tell him, "Hey, dude, we love you already." You know. Anyways, Ray, continue. I'm fucking.
All right. So again, I had Stand By Me as number 5. This might be controversial because I did consider The Shining, but I thought the same thing as Mer. So I did Dr. Sleep, which nice. I think the director's cut of Dr. Sleep is even better than the book, in my opinion.
I loved Dr. Sleep. It
was fantastic, right?
I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah. Number 3, I've got The Mist, and strictly I put The Mist on here because, again, this is an adaptation that took the source material and even made it better than the book. The Mist short story ends with them just driving into the fog, and we all know how the movie ends. completely different and way more impactful.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
that's one of the things when I saw that movie, I was like, this seems so much exactly what I pictured in my head, up to the end, and then I couldn't remember how the story ended. I'm like, how the fuck did that end? It didn't end like this, because that would be impactful as a young person to read that and be like,
oh yeah,
like that would blow my mind. But
I remember my jaw dropping. I don't know about you guys. I was in a theater with like 4 other Stephen King fans, and we all looked at each other like, what the,
Yeah.
Right.
Like I had to go take a walk and like get it off my mind afterwards, because I was like so traumatized by it. You know what I mean? Like it was in a good way, but like, I need to go take a breath of fresh air, and
it's one I can only watch like once in a while.
Right.
I haven't read a ton of stuff, but that's one that I did read, and I've never seen anything that put exactly what was in my head on the screen for the most part. I mean, and so, even though it's kind of bad CGI, it's all right.
I'd say my number 2, I went with the Shawshank Redemption. Different Seasons is my favorite Stephen King short story collection. It has different seasons. It has Apt Pupil, Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. Oh God, what's the other one?
Langoliers, right?
No, Langoliers is in a different collection. I think that was past.
Is it Apt Pupil?
What's that?
Oh yeah, Apt Pupil.
Yeah, but it's fantastic, and this one is a perfect adaptation. This movie is perfect. It's everything when I read that short story that I imagined it would be. So I think it's perfect. But my number 1 is, I love The Stand as my all-time favorite Stephen King novel. And the Stand miniseries from the 90s, people give it shit, but I watch it every year, and I love it every time I watch it.
What's that new one? That new one was
is terrible. Hated it. So
I didn't like the new one either.
Didn't they?
Yeah, I didn't like the new one at all. Yeah, I'm a fan of the one from the 90s, right? The 90s. That's what we're talking about.
The 1990s. Gary Sinise. Gary Sinise nails it as Stuart.
That to me, that was a really eerie one too. It's very eerie. Yeah, you know, I agree with all that. The only one I added, like I said, is I think it's Silver Bullet. Is that, or not Silver Bullet? Riding the Bullet or whatever. Yeah, because that one I thought was really well. It made a great movie from a book into a movie. Like they really stayed loyal to the book, which.
Right. But yeah, so that was my number 1's The Stand, 90s miniseries.
And
awesome.
MOON spells John Walmsley. What's your list, buddy?
All right, so number 5, Silver Bullet. Very awesome. I love the Cycle of the Werewolf book. There's different things. Obviously it's not like 100% accurate, but it was really it's just a good movie. Graveyard number 4 is Graveyard Shift.
Ooh, good pick. I went back and forth on that one.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Okay. I thought it was crazy because I like that one a lot. I tried to buy it on VHS. I was like, oh look, this is great, and it was a different fucking movie from like around the same year, called Graveyard Shift, about a taxi driver.
Vampire.
Guy. Yeah.
Was it a vampire on the cover?
Yeah,
I remember. Like I remember getting.
I was like, motherfucker.
No, totally. Yeah, like I get you. All right. But I just love everything about that movie. It's so fun. Number 3, Cat's Eye. Love that.
Cat's Eye.
I love that movie. Like that's one from childhood. Me and my mom watching that one. Hilarious. The whole police. Go faster. The cat. I love cats. Maybe this is why I love cats. It's because like this little fucker will save me from a troll. So like he's like batting the thing around. It's so
so well done.
Number 2, Pet Sematary.
That
was a traumatizing movie.
Great pick. Yeah.
That was a traumatizing movie for me. And I love it so much. Number 1, Carrie. I love that film. I'm actually reading the novel right now. I've never read it. I'm reading
it's a good read.
Right now. And it's pretty much on par.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's pretty identical. There's like different character shapes and stuff, but like it's really good. And it's so different because I've seen the movie countless times. And I was just like, this is it. Like, I love that film so much.